Hello and welcome back to another live stream. This is about Jupiter's Legacy, as I promised. Of course, this is a little bit early, uh, 4 minutes early, but that's okay. Better than me being late. So, first off, let me see if I can let me see if my sound's okay. Give me a second. Alright, so sounds fine. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get with it. As you can see, I renamed myself my original YouTube name. Um, that's how I'm gonna be for from now on. Uh, so anyway, it's only because I'm probably gonna switch it back and forth. I don't know, but like I kind of got I don't know tired again of the other name. So anyway, doesn't really matter. Um, so Jupiter's Legacy is a comic book from Mark Miller, who made Kick Ass, made a bunch of comics. I mentioned him already. Um, Old Man Logan. He did, like I said, I mentioned him before. He did Ultimate Avengers, which led up to the MC, which the MCU used as a template for the Avengers. Um, Old Man Logan, which is basically almost, well, kind of sort of a template of Logan, Kick Ass, Wanted, and of course Jupiter's Legacy, which here is a 3-issue miniseries. It dealt with a group of superheroes, its family through the generations, and basically, um, it's not just another, well, it's just another deconstruct of superheroes, but it also begs the question of should superheroes kill or not? And it had a prequel by the name of Jupiter's Circle, which was about 6 issues. So it's double the issues of Jupiter's Legacy. So, so the series was planned to be, you know, made. The news has been around for years. Um, like I shared it on my Facebook and whatnot. Um, the first episode basically went around May. It dropped on Netflix. Uh, eight. It went through 8 episodes, and but sadly, it seems I don't know if what's going on, but sadly, it seems that it's only going to have one season. Uh, but I've heard that it's only having one season uh, to expand Miller World, which is Miller World is the concept of Mark Miller bringing his creations to Netflix. Like, and there's been talk of Miller World and what's going to happen to that. Um, I'll get into that maybe later on. But basically, Miller World is, like I said, is taking all of his creations and putting them on Netflix, like live action, you know, and hopefully all of them. Well, so far, Jupiter's Legacy was actually really good and actually way better than Wanted, the movie from was it 2000. I'm gonna have to say 2008, I think. I'm not sure, but that had literally nothing to do with the comic at all. Um, Guilty pleasure of mine, but lots of people hate it. But it, and I can understand why. But yeah, as far as comic adaptations go, it's one of those that's terrible. Um, at least Watchmen basically actually kind of sort of took from the source material, but that's a different that's a different story in its own. So yeah. Um. Anyway, so yeah. So I've heard that it's only gonna have one season. Uh, and that's it. Like that's 8 episodes is all the show's gonna have. It's not gonna be another season. Then on the other end of the spectrum, they're not making a second season, um, or other seasons until Mellow World is basically going, on track. Which I can see from that end, it's kind of a I think it's a good idea for that to happen because you don't want to do like the DCU, whereas like the DCU, a problem lots of people, especially me, had with the DCU was um, they kept bringing properties up and again and again and again, and it there was no room for storytelling or what have you. Um, so yeah, um, I'm hoping that the latter is correct. That it's just on hiatus for right now until Millerworld actually, gets on its feet. Um, I'm not sure as of now, but um, when I heard the when I heard the news again on Facebook, the Midnighter's Edge, excuse me. Um, I was kind of flabbergasted and kind of upset and angry because the show itself is really, really well done. Like I said on Facebook, there's more, there's better deconstructions of superheroes out there. Like the original Watchmen, the comic book, uh, top 10, incredible, which is incredible, uh, mind the pun, um, and others out there that that are way better. And but I feel like this actually had a better telling of, well, should heroes should heroes kill or shouldn't they? Which has been like which the idea has been around for decades since Batman and Superman were around. And if you haven't known, in the 30s, Batman and Superman were, had no problem with killing. Um, Batman had a gun. Not when it, see assume people say that he had a gun he first uh when he first was made, but actually I think he only used a gun once, and that was when he was fighting a vampire. I forget what issue it was. Um, I'll probably look it up later. I have the old Batman collection, comics from the 30s and 40s. But yeah, it wasn't until the 50s where this guy published this book. I forget his name. But yeah, where where people were like, oh well, maybe heroes shouldn't kill. And we got that's how we got before the Adam West Batman. That was the Earth 2 Batman from the Silver Age, which didn't kill. But that didn't stop. Of course, that doesn't stop the multiple universes of worlds and whatnot, which I said already. Um, having having Batmans excuse that kill. Um, like I said, this debate's been around forever. Uh, should heroes kill or shouldn't they? Honestly, I'm okay with them killing or not. It doesn't matter. Uh, but then the whole process of, well, if you're a superhero and you kill, does that mean you are a superhero, or are you, worse than the villain? Which this comic and the series itself dives in. You know, um, the Utopian, which is basically the a ripoff of Superman, which is multiple. There's multiple ripoffs of Superman out there, but and Lady Liberty, which is basically the Wonder Woman of that universe, had a son who had superpowers, and during a fight with a villain called Black Star, uh, I forget the kid's name. I forget the son, but anyway, um, actually kills Black Star, and then there's this whole thing where it's like, we have a code. The code is no killing, and that's basically been the comic code for ages. You know, super superheroes don't kill unless it's necessary or unless it's the universe or whatever. Uh, but of course, people would still go by, well, superheroes shouldn't kill. So, and that's basically it. Take that from, and on the opposite side of it, there's kick-ass where it's like, well, you're just a superhero. You're not, you don't have any superpowers. So, but you can kill. Um, you can kill, but doesn't mean you're like the villain that you're fighting. Uh, so like I said, that's two different opposites of the spectrum. Um, oh, I forgot. Mark Miller also created and wrote Superman Red Sun, which had Superman landing in Russia instead of Earth. A good comic, amazing comic. I actually have the action figure, which I bought a couple months ago at my GameStop, so that was a good time. Anyway, so yeah, and to see it end, especially where it ended, um, revealing a big, huge villain, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, you know, there's only one season, 8 episodes. How do you? It sucks when shows, especially shows that are good, uh, only have a couple seasons and don't get resolved. And hopefully, and Legacy doesn't fall into the category of shows of those kind of shows where it doesn't get resolved, and it just you know you just have one season that you can like watch all 8 episodes and wish that there was more. You like, but hopefully this uh it's just put off until Mellow World takes off, which I hope and pray that's the case. Otherwise, it would just be a huge disappointment and huge waste of money that they spent on this whole entire project. For me, as you can see from the thumbnail, uh, hold on, let me see what the let me see what the budget is real quick. I forgot to mention Frank Quintley, who did the art for the comic, and he also did the art of another comic, uh, working with Grant Morrison, uh, called All Star Superman. So I forgot to mention that. Well, Frank Quintley is a great artist. Anyway, um, so yeah, the budget is. I looked and it was around 200 million. So yeah, imagine spending 200 million just to waste it on 8 episodes, just 8 episodes, and then that's it. Like that's ridiculous. So Andrew Horton, who was Brandon Sampson, by the way, that's the guy. That's the kid of that's the kid of the Utopian and Lady Liberty. Uh, was quoted as saying, "Hold on, let me get it." can see. This was 11 hours ago. So it seems like they're it seems like them closing the show until Jupiter until until Miller World gets on its feet seems unlikely more and more because and I just found that a couple seconds ago and yeah I like I said imagine spending like 200 mil. Hey, what? Imagine spending 200 mil and wasting it on 8 episodes. I mean, sorry about that, folks. Somebody was coming in, and I was thought they were going to talk to me. Anyway, um, yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. 200 million. It's not like that's a budget that shouldn't be wasted, you know. And like I said, I hope that the latter is the case, but I'm not really sure. And we'll see, but I don't know. Like I don't even know what's next for Mill World, honestly. Um, we'll probably see eventually, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's longer than Jupiter's Legacy because if this is the beginning of Mill World, then not a very good start at all. And instead, if this is how it's going to be, Mill World's going to go out with not a bang, but a whimper.